Police officers who were off duty are now charged in a fight at a Ridgeland Walmart. Now, Ridgeland Police Chief Brian Meyer says the fight happened Saturday at Walmart. Jordan Lewis and Terenicia Dampier are employed with JPD. They are charged with disorderly conduct after a fight with DeMichael Allen, an employee at the store. Allen is also charged in the case. All three bonded out of jail on a $1,000 bond, and JPD says the officers have been placed on leave while the investigation continues.
Welcome to Rise and Grind Radio 3.0.
You are now about to witness.
With your host, Scotty the Body.
Come down later for good
7 of truth bombs, hard facts, and real life grit. It's time to wake up.
Good evening.
Let's grind.
Here we go again. No, you gonna dig this.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another incredible episode of Rise and Grind Radio 3.0. I'm Scotty the Body, your host. And today we're going to get into our mid-year check-in. Yeah, it's 2025. You're watching fights at Walmart like the old bum fights on pay-per-view. You're budgeting gas like it's a Vegas table craps game. And, well, we're not going to call this living. We're going to call this treading water, right, in a current that it's been rigged since before you were born. And if that wasn't surreal enough, for those who aren't aware, just yesterday, most of us watched the ICE agents wearing black masks, like they were cast in a reboot of Sicario, went to arrest the sitting comptroller of New York City, Brad Lander. Yeah, the guy who signs the NYPD's paychecks. Yeah. Anyway, it was a sight to see. Diplomatic, but it was a sight to see. Standing outside the immigration court, he was linked arms like a chain almost with one of the ICE detainees or detainers or whatever the fuck. The good old boys in masks. He didn't punch anyone. He didn't spit. And I can't really tell if he resisted because it was a giant crowd. But everyone was linked arms. So, diplomatic approach instead of just saying, hey, go fuck yourself, I guess. And for that, they still dragged him off like a protester in Banana Republic. No charges stuck. He was released in hours, but the message, it was strong. We heard you. They wanted to see that, they wanted the public to see that no one is untouchable. Not even the people that are supposed to be in charge, right? And that's what we're living in now, is a dystopian performance control. Or performance of control. A power flex. It's not just about justice. It's definitely not about law. It's about force. And showing how we can use that force. And we've seen this. I don't know how many times, but the ICE raids, no transparency, vans with no plates, agents with no names, people detained without warrants or records, or even any cause. But now, it's evolved. The good old boys have masks and a badge. And that's enough. The optics have changed. It's no longer about border enforcement. It's about psychological warfare. Showing that the American public, that they can do whatever they want. Go anywhere, do anything, touch anyone, anywhere. And still, the system will nod in approval. Yeah. 3,000 deportations a day, right? That's still the new benchmark. It's a lot of people. It's not really a number. That's more of a scoreboard for them. ICE is over $1 billion in debt as of yesterday. And these raids continue to like clockwork. Well, our local infrastructure just takes a shit. Got school ceilings caving in. Roads buckling from heat. I mean, it's not even that hot yet. But we got fresh new boots and government SUVs to escort fathers out of courthouses in front of their kids. Yeah, that's a tough feeling too. It's an old tactic. With new boots, because it's a new age, new necks, but we're used to it. Some of us, it's the same necks. We're used to that old tactic and those old boots. Back to Ridgeland. Walmart used to be the store of last resort. Now it's a coliseum with no rules, no refs, just rage, shortages, and people cracking under the pressure of being broke in a country that keeps telling them to be fucking thriving. They should be thriving. You should be thriving. You should be thriving. All the time. Self-checkout people yelling at you like they're TSA agents. Get fucked. Shrinkflated cereal boxes with half the product and double the price. Probably double the chemicals. Grocery bills that still feel like a game of Russian roulette. Like, fuck. What do we need this week that we can get? We don't even react anymore to any of this nonsense. You just get out your phone and record. Fuck if we stop anything. And God forbid anybody gets hurt. We fucking hope they do. That's the general consensus these days. It's easier to hate than it is to love. Anyway. Fights break out between people who are probably going through the same shit, the same struggles, the same exact stress. It's just buried in different packaging, whether it's white, black, Chinese, Mexican, Indian, Arab, whatever. We're all going through it, bro. We're all going through it. And all the while, if you've seen the footage, the security bot just rolls by. No help. No anything. I think it was just a little light going off and a machine humming softly while everything else unravels. I'm sure he took a picture too. All right, let's jump into some more important shit. The Epstein files, right? Where the fuck are they? Now, while you're watching the middle-class meltdowns in aisle 9, let's not forget about the DOJ, right? How they dropped about a half-assed batch of Epstein documents a few weeks back. Yeah. 200 pages of recycled documentation. Mostly names we've already seen. Nothing new, no bombshells, definitely no CEOs, definitely no politicians. Just enough to say that they did something without actually doing fucking anything, right? Where's the flight log? Where's with the heavy hitters? I know we've seen it, but we have to get it official, otherwise it's a conspiracy. If you've seen it, you've seen it. Where's the video footage of the FBI said that they lost, or then they found it again? Oh shit, wait, it was erased. This is a fucking charade. The list exists, you know it, I know it, and the reason it won't ever see the light of day is because it would crater institutions from Wall Street to Hollywood, to back to D.C., all the way to the Vatican. Mossad, I'm sure, all over the place. Diddy and Epstein and whomever they were hanging out with definitely had some crazy shit ties to some underground, real fucked up dark shit, right? That's all I'll say, because I love my life and I'm not suicidal. They're not protecting people. They're protecting the power. Because if they protected the people, they would fucking tell us. They're like, here, go take care of it yourself. All while that's going on, distraction. Let's zoom out a bit. Take a look at the bigger picture. While we fight each other at Walmart and chase vapor trails in courtrooms, we're quietly deploying another carrier group to the Middle East. Yeah. The USS Nimitz, or Nimitz, just floated into, we'll call it striking range. $7 million a day to float that machine across the ocean. Holy shit. And for what? We're not defending democracy. We're defending investments. It's not even fucking our investments. Oil corridors. Oil, why don't you call them what they really are? Oil fucking hoarders. Masons. That's defense contracts. War is good business, but only if you're not the fucking one bleeding. How much has your rent gone up? How much has your paycheck not? You're skipping lunch to pay the electric bill, but there's always room in the budget for more missiles? God, bro. Can we call this freedom? I gotta jump on this whole No King's Day for a second. Side segment. You guys call this freedom? Last episode, I mentioned something of don't tread on me. And what that entailed was don't force me to inject anything in my body. Don't tell me what religion that I need to preach or practice. Don't tell me who I can love or marry or how many kids I can have or what I can do with my reproductive rights, man or woman. Right? Power to the fucking people. And that's all it ever should have been. That's why the Constitution is the way it is. If you read everything, we're supposed to be in power, not them. There's no King's Day. It was a fucking joke. As President Trump mocks everyone for parading around for no King's Day, you allow all of these civil liberties to be just trampled on and erased from history. Before you know it, those ICE detainees, the detainers, will be in your house too. Because you said something against whomever in the regime back in 2026. Back in late 2025 when Palantir can fucking hear everything through an echo through your phone. Yeah. No King's Day? It's been a while since that actually meant something. Probably before our time. Any of our time. So, think about that. Before you cry about freedom or the illusion of it. As we're blind to the freedoms being lost, some of us are being blind because of weight loss. Oh shit. Let's not forget about the miracle shot of the year. Yeah, I did that. Ozempic, Wegovy, semaglutide. Sema what? Sold to the public like salvation in a syringe. To get skinny, get healthy, be desirable. All from the comfort of a weekly injection. Now studies are dropping, show, a doubling of a risk for rare but permanent eye disease. Yeah, you read that. Or heard that. Blindness. So your optic nerve is going to take its shit if you keep doing this. I'm not sure if it's everyone, but it's enough numbers to say it's happening. Tiny numbers, they say. But it's no big deal because it's just a statistic. But there's always the pitch, That's always the pitch. They sell you on the average. But what if you're not the average? You're that one person. If your eyes go dark because of $1 billion pharma giant rushed in to roll out this fucking miracle drug, numbers won't mean shit. You can't see for the rest of your life. Yeah. Let's say you were unlucky or part of the few, and you'll say that you were lied to. Now, how do we combat all this craziness in the world? We used to have hobbies. We used to fix cars, build things, play music, sharpen knives, tinker with radios, do shit with our hands that wasn't just swiping a screen. Now, we consume. We react. We scroll. We argue. We don't do. Just download. Hobbies are dying not because people don't want them, but because everything in the system trains you to be distracted and not disciplined. Entertained and not engaged. Move with intention. Live with intention. And everything. You know what I'm talking about. You can feel it, right? That emptiness. You finish scrolling for an hour and you realize you've done nothing. You've got nothing done. Built nothing. You've grown nothing. It's not your fault, but it's certainly your fucking problem. Maybe it's time to start something again. You know, whittle some wood. Bake some bread. I don't give a shit. Shoot some film. Not for content. Hopefully it's not the adult content. But, you know, for the soul. Definitely, like, I don't know. Now, if you've been listening to all this and thinking, man, yeah, we're fucking screwed, you're not wrong. The system is collapsing, and it's been collapsing for, well, some time now. Well, for those of us who can see it from that view, but yeah, it's going on. So all we can do is stick together and keep our chins up. The leadership's a puppet show, right? The economy is a fucking casino at this point, and the media, for lack of better words, is an absolute circus. The future is foggy, and the air smells like shit. Well, that's probably because I live by a horse farm. But here's the thing. The one move left, as I just said, is to stick together. I don't care what your politics are. Politics are bullshit, as you see. I don't care who you voted for, because clearly none of that mattered anyway. What podcast you like, unless it's this one. Or what comment section you live in. If you live in this country right now, and you feel it tightening around your neck, then you're in this with me. The solution isn't online. It's in your neighborhood, your block, your house. If we don't look out for each other, no one's gonna. All right, folks, so here's the challenge. This week, do one thing that brings you back. Back to reality. Back to your body. Back to your people. Go cook something. Fix something. Go help someone. You know, and fuck it. Record yourself doing it. Not for clout, but for proof. But make sure you tag it when you're doing it too. Rise and Grind Hobby Hack. I want to see you living, not doom scrolling. And until next time, check your cart, check your blood pressure, and for the love of whatever you hold sacred, check your neighbor's humanity. Relevance is not significance. Now get out of here. Rise and grind, baby.